Well, good evening, everybody. It's the Cryptid Huntress. Welcome into On the Hunt tonight. My gosh, we have a fantastic show for you guys. I've got most of the whole crew of Operation Smoke, that expedition that we went on last weekend where I was out in the woods Friday night. They stayed for the whole weekend and had some fantastic, wild cryptid encounters while they were out there. I got to experience a good bit of that on Friday and on Saturday as well. We have a lot of great evidence. And Doc has actually even put together a documentary teaser for us tonight. And he's working on a film on the encounters that they had out there. And we're going to show the teaser to that tonight just for you guys. And I cannot wait to get into this. It's a really, really intense area of high strangeness out in East Tennessee. Now, y'all know, if you've been watching my show for a while, that I've been wanting to get out to East Tennessee to do some cryptid investigating for a long time. And our friend Harley Owens, bless his heart, he's stuck in traffic right now. He was at the Smoky Mountains Bigfoot Festival today, and he's supposed to be here tonight. And if he can get back in time, he will join us if he can get home. But he right now is stuck in bumper to bumper traffic, as I was on my way up to Tennessee last weekend. So I feel you, Harley. I hope you're out there. I hope you're being safe. I hope you're out there getting back, okay, because we love you and we need you, okay? So well, if you guys would like to follow along with all of my shows, y'all go over and head over to the cryptidhuntress.com, and all of my shows are archived over there. I've got a calendar of events, including my next event that's coming up. I hardly will be there, by the way. Next weekend we have if I can find it, we've got the Myrtle Beach Bigfoot Festival coming up next weekend in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I will be one of their I'm actually the keynote speaker, okay, at this event. And so y'all come see me at that. And also this summer, I'm going to be at the Full Disclosure Now conference as well down in St. Petersburg, Florida. So please come see me. There's more information on my website for all of that. And of course, I have a Patreon. I've got a shop on Etsy called War Woman Goods if y'all want to support my work. And I appreciate all the support and my channel members as well. And thank you to all of my moderators. I see y'all in here tonight too. You guys are the hardest working moderators in the business. So thank y'all so much for being here. Okay, well, let's get to our show tonight. I was hoping that Drewski will be here too. I'm not sure. I can't see. I have so many people in the studio waiting to come up tonight. I can't see all of them right now. So we're just going to have to see who pops up. Hopefully Drewski will be here as well with Cryptid Warfare podcast and the CW operators and survival. Okay, so last weekend, like I said, the Cryptid Research and Investigative Team, CW Operations and Survival, executed Operation Smoke in the deep woods of the Great Smoky Mountains in East Tennessee. The area is a hot spot for Dogman and Bigfoot activity, and the team experienced intense cryptid encounters throughout the entire operation, catching some of those encounters on video. In addition to the CW operators, several cryptid researchers and content creators joined in on the hunt, which turned out to be life-changing for at least one of them. You're going to hear about that tonight. I was part of that team, as I usually am with the CW operators when we go out there. And tonight we're going to have a little debrief on everything that went down in the woods. And you guys don't want to miss this. We have a lot of pictures to show of some of the footprints that we found out there. Harley had his measuring tape, so you guys can see exactly how big some of these things are. And of course, we've got that little teaser for that documentary that Doc is going to show us tonight. All right, so in no particular order, I'm going to start bringing everybody up. Let's see. first people first. We've got Juan and Dawn of the Cryptid Warfare Operators. Okay, what's up, guys? That's a husband and wife team, y'all. Okay, thank y'all so much for being here. We also have Riley of Midwest Mythos Podcast. You guys might know Riley. He's got a wonderful podcast. Thank you for being here, Riley.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now we have, I guess, am I supposed to call you Wee Wee?
No, you can call me Paul. That's just my nickname.
Okay. I did not see that till just now, and I about choked. I was like, what? Okay. This is our friend Paul, y'all. Paul's with CW Operators as well. Thank you for being here. You're so silly. And let's see who else we got. We got Doc Brown from Prometheus Lens Podcast as well. Wonderful podcast. And then, of course, we have Kevin with the Where the Weird Ones Are podcast as well. What's up, Kevin?
What's up, everybody? Riley looking good with that clean-shaven face, buddy.
Oh, dude, there's a story. Man.
I noticed that, too.
It's unfortunate. It was not intended.
Y'all, and we have another surprise here. Actually, I just said Harley was stuck in traffic, but we've got Harley Owens here with us as well. Let's see if we can get Harley to show up. Harley, you there? It's a blank screen. I just saw his face, though.
I can see his face. You just can't hear him.
Can't hear
Harley, are you muted, Harley?
Yeah, I can't see his face.
Well, shoot. I see him.
Calling from the car?
Oh, there he went. Well, that was Harley also. If I see Harley come back up here, Harley was actually kind of like our host up there last weekend. This was some of his stomping ground where we were at. And I don't know. Where should we start, y'all? Where should we start? Maybe let's talk about the actual operation first. And of course, our illustrious leader, Drewski, he's missing in action right now. But here we go. We're going to try to pull Harley back up one more time, y'all. Okay, because he was our host. Harley, can you hear us? Okay. Harley, can you hear us? I can see his face. Okay. All right. We'll see if we can get that to work. Okay. How about this? All right, Paul, you're one of the CW operators. Let's get to you first. Okay, this was actually my first time going out in the woods with you, but you've been a part of the team for a while. Do you want to tell everybody about the operation, or would you like maybe Juan to do it? Which one of y'all?
It don't matter. I know I haven't been on the past two recent trips with CW operations. Got the invite from Drew, and thank goodness that I was able to make it to this one because it was unforgettable. I got to meet a lot of good people, all y'all. I mean, unforgettable, and so were the experiences. So we were in the East Mountains of Tennessee, and Harley showed us the location. And on the very first night, I mean, you could just tell we went hiking down a couple trails, saw some signs, and then went and investigated a couple nights after, and it just intensified from there.
Oh yeah, it did. It did. Okay, Juan, I've been on at least one other operation with you before up in the North Georgia mountains.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about your experience out there up in Tennessee, and did it disappoint? Because you had a lot of activity out there, right?
Yeah, I had a lot of activity. It didn't disappoint at all. It was a eventful 2 nights that we were up there. So we started off with first surveying the area, get an idea of what places we can head out to, and then we set up to do a night need mission out there. Once we figured out a location, we went out there and we investigated the area. And right off the bat, as soon as we start going into the area, we start hearing things going off around us, just noises off in the distance. It sounded almost like something was trailing us as we were walking in.
Mm-hmm.
Once we went down in there, we set up a location where we set up a bait for them. And then we went dark and sat out there so we could figure out what's going on. And it didn't disappoint. I'm sure if Riley wants to chime in on this one a little bit, it didn't disappoint at all what happened out there. And it didn't take long at all for it to start happening.
Oh man. Yeah. Riley, tell us what happened. And then we're going to get to Kevin and Doc down here in a second, and we're going to show that little teaser, but
All right.
tell us what you experienced, Riley.
All right. So I'm gonna hit the rewind button a little bit with the first night. So I'm not going to lie. I was intimidated because I'm from up north, Midwest. We don't got mountains. We don't got none of that kind of stuff. So I stayed back at base camp thinking, all right, I'll just hear everything that's going around from everybody. Well, turns out base camp was the most active the first night. I told y'all. Did I not tell that? Did I not say that? I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm just saying we usually have more activity at base camp than we do when we're out hiking around. I'm just saying. Oh, it's a good pointer, y'all. Yeah. Stay at base camp. I was half tempted to the second night, but I'm so glad I didn't, just because how much stuff happened. But we can get into the details of it later. But we had stuff running around base camp. We had stuff messing with some stuff we had set up. And one of the weirdest calls I've ever heard in my entire life went on. But the second night, oh man, that was the night my life was changed forever. Okay. Well, hold that thought for a minute. Yeah. Okay, let's talk to Doc real quick. Okay, Doc. It was nice meeting you. I had not met you before. Yeah, nice finally meet you. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you had some experiences out there yourself. Now, we didn't get to hang out Friday when I was there, but you came back on Saturday. We hung out briefly on Friday. But on Saturday you were there, and you took a lot of video footage while you were out there, right? Yeah, I filmed almost everything. I had my Sony cameras and had my drone and got some good footage from the air, and it was an experience, man. I've been out on a hunt once with Harley and got some good footage and stuff from that, but never stayed the night over there or the weekend there. So definitely it was a lot more going on once the sun went down. It's kind of like that Kenny Chesney song, when the sun goes down. but yeah, we had a really good time. Oh yeah, it's always that. Like Harley was saying that, and let me see if I can get Harley up here again. He's sitting there. He's driving.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right,
what's up, Harley?
Sitting in traffic. This is
Harley Owen, y'all. Harley spoke. You spoke at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival today, right, Harley?
I did, and I had an amazing day. I just can't thank everybody enough that came out and seen me. But yeah, so that's how my evening's going. I'm crawling right now, so it's part of it.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for hosting us on last weekend for Operation Smoke.
It was my honor and pleasure.
Thank you, Harley. You actually took us to one of your spots. Now, this is an undisclosed location. We're not giving the location away whatsoever, but somewhere over in East Tennessee, okay, in that area. And can you tell the audience a little bit about what kind of activity you would have before we all went out there?
Well, a little bit of everything. I've listened to you talk about it, and you hit the nail on the head. There's Bigfoot, Dogman, feral people. I mean, there's all kinds of activity in this place, and orbs and stuff like that. But I'm just glad that everybody here got to experience a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we did. Even I got to experience some crazy stuff that Friday night. I felt like I was always being watched too. That was a really unsettling feeling being out there. I'm kind of used to it, but
that's like that one picture I showed you, that big pine tree with that Bigfoot peeking around it, and you said, "Oh, I'm gonna go over. That's where I've been peeking at."
Thanks, Harley. Yes. Well, you
so I'm gonna get into that a little bit about the feeling being watched. The first night there, the entire night that I was trying to sleep, it felt like something was watching me the entire time I was sleeping. And we didn't notice until my wife pointed this out the next morning. There were some real visible handprints on my truck. We have no idea where they come from. None of it matched our sizes of hands. They were smaller than all of us, including my wife's hand. And that kind of validated the feeling that I was being watched the entire night.
It's funny about that, though, because a little bit behind my nickname, Wee Wee, I'm only 5'4". So she's like, it wasn't my hands. Check your hands, Paul. They're pretty small.
we immediately pointed toward Paul.
Oh my gosh!
Honestly, the handprints are still kind of on the truck right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Even after we washed the truck, they were still there.
Wow.
Really?
I thought you was going to be like, no, we were never going to wash this truck again.
Cut that little piece of the door out. Okay.
Patina.
Oh man. Well, that actually happens when a Bigfoot touches something. Our buddy Flat Rock. I don't know if Flat Rock's in the chat tonight, but he's got Bigfoots that live on his property, and he's taken a piece of the railing off of his porch where a Bigfoot had grabbed onto it, and it left a really greasy handprint. And he actually cut that piece off and has it wrapped in plastic wrap and carries it around to show people sometimes at some of these conferences and festivals that we do. But that doesn't surprise me that the handprint has not come off. I hear that pretty often.
It doesn't surprise me either.
Oh yeah, well, that's one thing that I didn't even try not to think about were feral people. Harley, you mentioned feral people.
Yeah, the feral people they're all in the Smoky Mountains apparently, and I tend to lean more towards that's what took Dennis Martin.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I actually have a little. I'm going to be in a little part of a big documentary actually with our buddy Greg Ogles. I think he was up there at the conference with you, Harley.
He was up there today, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's doing it. He has a new film coming out called The Vanished, I think, and he interviewed me about some remote viewing work I did on the Dennis Martin case. So that's interesting. That's all kind of coming together here. Okay, well let's talk to Kevin real quick. Kevin, what's up with Where the Weird Ones Are podcast? You had some interesting experiences too out there. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah. Well, the first night, also the weird feeling watch stuff. Obviously, I think everybody felt a little bit of that. I mean, it could have been Paul just kind of like trying to sneak a look in everybody's little tent windows and stuff.
The peeker?
Yeah.
He had the biggest tent out of everybody.
He did.
Yeah, he had a mini hotel.
I don't need any more nicknames, guys.
You did peek though.
Yeah. But I brought my dog along with us, and she first of all, she's amazing. I just want to point that out. She's my best friend, dude, and she the first time ever that she just randomly started sniffing the air and started chasing after something for a little bit. And that was the weirdest thing. So I'm following her, and then all of a sudden there's a truck coming up the road out of nowhere too. So we got a lot of people coming up there trying to go hiking and stuff, and getting mad that we were there, but that's neither here nor there. But the second night I did see some eye shine and a lot of, like Juan said, the sounds of being paced on both sides.
Yep.
So Harley, tell them about those owls that we heard.
Yeah, the owls blew my mind. It was me, Paul, Jessica, and
I was there.
Drewski. Yeah, and we were going down in that holler where we had initially done our second night where we sat out. The owl hollered first. Then there was something after the owl that sounded like something trying to mimic the owl, and that was wild.
It sounded like a 900-pound owl, kind of.
Yeah.
It just sounded odd. The first one did sound like an owl, and nothing, but it was just the opportune moment. You know what I mean? Like it. Why did it do it when we were down there? Like when we finally got down to where we were going, we were just kind of listening out. It kind of felt like we were surrounded by something out there, and then those owls started going nuts. And I've heard a lot of owls in my lifetime, but I had never heard anything like that ever.
I ain't never heard an owl
What
like that.
What was weird is that they would stop, and then as soon as we started making our way again, they'd start again. He had their normal owl call, hoo hoo hoo. But then the other one was like Liberace owl, like wow.
See, and that's what I was hearing at base camp, and it sounded like it was right outside of base camp.
Oh, 86 says owl man. Oh man. A lot of times when people have experiences with owls out in the field, I'm not saying that this is always the case, but sometimes there's an ET element to what's going on out there. Some kind of extraterrestrial element.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of
the comments that popped up, it said the handprints, they look very like human handprints on there, just in a lot smaller size.
And we were camped out by a graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And there were children. Dawn, you and I walked around and looked, and there were several children buried out there, right?
Yeah, there was an 11-year-old you said you saw when we were out there, and that kind of puts that handprint in that age range, I want to say.
Yeah, it definitely was around the size of like my son's hand. I think he's 10, about to be 11. So could have been. It was a small handprint, but I think that brings another element into what we were out there doing, because I've never camped out in a cemetery before. Okay, I mean,
Well, see,
right there.
the thing about that,
Sitting
though,
up with the dead.
Yeah.
well, I know our last night we did see orbs, like an orb, which me, Brian, and Andrew investigated, and we were speculative that it might be like the Tennessee Wildlife Shack, but it wasn't. And I know orbs and Bigfoots go together, and I mean, there's just a lot there that didn't really have an explanation. Like, because I'm wanted to be a person of reason. Like, if I see tree formations, how high is the water table here, so forth and so forth. You know, to see if it's maybe a naturally occurring structure. And those, especially when we went back, and we can get into it later, Harley. That first that major tree formation we found near the hog pen. The second time we went back there is green foliage twisted up in it.
Yep, exactly right. You know, like we were in there prior, you know, some of that stuff was there, but then when we went back that night, they had added more stuff onto it since we were down there. And that blew my mind. I was like, I knew they were down there whenever we were down there. I was like, I know they're here because those were so fresh.
Oh yeah. Oh, how about this, y'all? Would y'all like to show the teaser? Okay, because we've given a little bit of information about like what we experienced out there. And Riley, I know this was it affected you probably the most potentially, because you said it was pretty life-changing, right? And I think that Doc's documentary teaser, okay, is going to I think that you guys are really going to enjoy this. So shall we get it started? Okay, let's do this.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and add this to the stage here. And all right, do I have to play this? Let's see. There we go.
This is ancient.
Goosebumps.
This ain't new by any means. What's here has been here longer than any of us ever have.
Y'all hear that?
Dude, my whole paradigm has been shifted in the last couple hours.
We are hearing some noises.
Nope. That ain't a fucking deer, boys.
That was too short to be a.
That wasn't deer.
No, not at all.
Y'all Southerners, y'all do it different. You guys are living a whole different world.
Scared me to death, I'll tell you that right now.
I saw my first one.
Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, something's blocking the fucking light. Holy shit. There's two.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Dude, I get goosebumps every time I see it.
Good job, Doc.
Same.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What?
Yeah,
Okay.
Pardon my language. I was excited in the moment.
That's an understatement.
That happens when you have an experience like that, though. Like your adrenaline's going.
Well, I
So-
think definitely Juan's got something to speak to that too, man. Because him and Riley, I think they probably out of the whole group probably had the most profound experiences that trip.
Yeah, so that was on the second night. I don't know how far into you want to get into it because we're still talking about the first night, but on the
Yeah,
second night, it was
talk about it.
definitely something different. Something changed. Something kind of clicked while we were out there, and it's something I'll never forget.
Yeah, before we get into that, I just want to point out, like when we're walking out there, we're hearing footsteps on both sides of us. We continuously we're stopping to listen, and I'm hearing behind me Riley holding his breath, And I had to stop. I literally stopped, turned around, put my hand on his chest. I was like, bro, you got to breathe. I was like, you need to breathe. So like from then on, I was already worried about Riley to begin with. So for him to have the experience that he had with Juan and out there, and it just, I mean, obviously you guys are all gonna find out, but like I feel like they were like it was meant for Riley to have this experience the minute he walked out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. They picked him out.
It was, well, even on the, well, because I picked up Harley on the way down from Indy. I came from Indy, and we had quite a few hour car ride, and we were just sitting there talking, and I could just tell, just from our conversations, you can ask Harley. You could tell I was kind of getting nervous about being out there. I was intimidated by the mountains, because I'm the only one out of everybody that was out there that ain't been in the mountains too much. Like besides driving through them, I come from corn country and like flat, like evergreen forest. Like I can see, even in the dense woods, I can see 100, 200 feet.
Yeah, these mountains are something else, man. Because with all the all the dips and all the hillsides, you're essentially blind out there.
Yeah, I couldn't even daylight. If somebody stepped in front of a lure or something, I couldn't see y'all. So it was the second we got to the middle of nowhere, I just felt off.
That's when reality kicked in.
Yeah, that's when, because I act all big and bad being up from where I'm from. I can walk in the woods up here and be nothing on me and feel fine, but I got humbled real quick, and I think it was whatever was out there was letting me know the second I got out there that you're getting humbled today.
Yeah, well, these are southern creatures, and they detected a Yankee. So they had
They gave you Riley, I'm not going to say you weren't the only Yankee out there.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee.
Oh yeah, I found a couple other boys down there that used to be from Michigan too. So,
hey, don't feel bad, man. Technically, I'm a damn Yankee, born in Illinois, but raised in the South and Japan and everywhere else.
Oh, don't even get me started on Illinois people, man.
Well, Riley, I wanted to mention this because what happened to you at this expedition happened to me. Something similar happened the first time I ever went Bigfooting, and I had never been Bigfooting in my life. I was a city girl, lived in downtown Atlanta. I even drove my what was it, a Volkswagen Passat, okay, with no 4-wheel drive. I may have had all-wheel drive, but up a mountain. I don't know how I got up those mountain roads in my car. I have no idea, but I made it. And when I got up there, I had never in my life experienced anything like it. It was just, I'm going to say balls to the walls, like Bigfoot activity and ET stuff and UFOs the entire time I was there. And if that had not happened, I wouldn't be right here right now talking to y'all. Yeah. It happens for a reason.
It does. Like, as I talked about quite a bit over that weekend, I grew up right across the street from Lake Michigan. I could walk out in my backyard and I could hear the waves crashing and stuff. And I could see over the skyline. On a clear summer's night, I could look across the lake and I could see Chicago. So UFO activity has always been my thing. I've seen more UFOs than I can count, and I had numerous like paranormal experiences that are big in that area too. But when it came to creatures, I've only had a couple. And after what happened this weekend, them creatures up over here where I'm from ain't nothing on what's down there. What's down there, that's ancient.
Ancient.
That's ancient.
I would agree with you with that. I would definitely agree with that. And it's not only Bigfoot, it's other stuff too. And Harley, I don't know, are you still there, Harley? Because we've got some great pictures that we took. I actually got some snapshots of those prints that we found out there, and you have your measuring tape. I'll show the audience right now. Do you want to kind of explain to the audience what kind of prints we found out there?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a couple of really good Bigfoot tracks that we had found. And I had showed you some other ones that I had found that were miraculously still there. How, I don't know. But that one right there was one that we found on that first night. We went down into that holler. And that's when we started having that them hollering at us, well, with the owls and then them. That was about I think it's 15 or 16 inch track. So that one's a Bigfoot track, and then of course we found that Dogman track too, but that was further on down in the holler there. Yeah, that's it. You can't really tell it in the picture. It was better to see it in person, but it had a real defined heel, and then it had 3 toes on it, so it was pretty wild to find that.
Yeah, here's some of these pictures. I think this is that 15-inch print right here. And then I think this other one that I showed might have been the 20+ inch track right there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So this one was a kind of an older track, right? And the other ones were the newer tracks.
Actually, that one is a newer one. That one was a newer one. That older track, we took a picture of it in the daytime.
Now, Harley, something that really caught my attention was when we were hiking down there into that holler, there was this tree up there that was like inside on top of other trees. Tell us about this.
So yeah, as you can see, that tree was broken off and carried up the hill and perfectly balanced right there, about 25 foot off the ground, I'd say 20-25 foot,
something like that. And then we found the other piece of it like way off in the distance.
Yeah, it was up there, and like that doesn't happen just naturally, you know. Even when Hurricane Helene hit, that area was not affected nowhere as near as bad as anywhere else, and so I knew floodwater did not affect that. So that something with hands broke off that tree and moved that tree up there.
I thought it was fantastic. It was huge. Okay, like these pictures do not do it justice, right, guys? This is like it was so much bigger and higher up than you could ever imagine. It was wild, and it just was very out of place. It did feel like that. Now I have a few other pictures. Oh, now this actually, I didn't even talk with y'all about this. This was right kind of behind my truck, where Harley said that he has that picture of the Bigfoot peeking out from behind a tree, and that's right where my truck was. Let's just say across the road. So I thought this was kind of interesting. There was a tree that was broken right there. And then of course when I wanted to show this to the audience tonight, because where we were hiking down was very dense with vegetation, and it was way more dense than, I mean, I'm going to say not way more, but it was more dense than like the Georgia mountains, North Georgia mountains. Super dense. Let's see. I've got
the Mount Laurel's thick.
Yes, all the what is that called? I can't remember the name of it, but there's just a whole lot. Now this is us hiking down. This is going down into the valley down there, into the holler, I guess. I just got some pictures here, and this is to show you how dense it is, y'all. Okay, so this is an area, right, Harley, that like people don't go out there often, right?
No, nobody other than Mike. Yeah, you didn't get to meet Mike, but everybody else did. But he was really the only one that kind of wanders around off the trail that I know of.
And there's all sorts of animal life out there as well. We even found a cat print out there. It was probably a bobcat or something, or probably a mountain lion, for all you know.
As Brian called it, a mountain kitty.
A mountain kitty.
Big mountain kitty.
Oh yeah. And what was super impressive also was when we got down to the bottom of the holler, I guess we're gonna call it, there was actually a bunch of trees kind of folded on top of each other, right, Harley? Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, I had found that March 29th of this year, and they have since added stuff onto it since then. And that night that all the stuff happened, and Riley and everybody else, they had added more stuff onto it since we were down there that day.
We got video and picture evidence of that too, showing.
Yeah, we got video and picture evidence of that.
And this, okay, y'all. So for people who don't know, Harley, you are 6'6", super tall. Yeah. And Harley's like reaching up to touch that right there. It's got to be, 7-8 feet high right there, that tree. So that's the end of the tree where the root, the root ball or whatever was up in the air. And these are this is the structure that y'all are talking about that actually was added onto. And Harley, you showed me that on Saturday morning, that it had sticks on it, and it looks so primitive. And it really does take a trained eye. When you've been doing Bigfoot field research for a while, you notice things like this.
Yeah.
And, super
and
impressive.
You said that your buddy David Pardue.
David Pardue.
He said
yes.
Duke the sticks right there, it was correlation to how many was in the family, right?
Yes. Sorry, I'm yelling at my dog. Yes, it's he said that they take sticks and lay them across like a log, and it tells you how many are in their family group or their clan or their pod or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And that's what that was right there, Harley.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So whether there's 4 or however many more are in there, like it's just to be determined. But we definitely had sounds all around us that night in that area.
That was Saturday night, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And just like for context too, like that trailer you guys seen, there was 2 of those sounds at base camp. The one where you see Kevin looking at the screen, he's wearing his red shirt. I was interviewing each guy, like debriefing them and talking about what they'd seen, and Kevin was in the middle of his story, and then all of a sudden, and it was Harley shared it on his group, and another person in his group noticed this. They're like, everything started off with a rock throw. We were like, what? And I went back and got to listen to that. Sure enough, while Kevin's talking, you hear this loud just thud out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, you start getting these crazy hollers, man. I mean, there was 9 of them. I counted 9. And Kevin stops, and in that video, you see he's kind of looking around. Because you couldn't hear it because we had that music playing over the top of it. But when that happens, he was like, well, that's strange.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we had 9 in a row, man. And then we had a distinct, loud whistle. And then that's when you seen Kevin jump up.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if it was before or after that. We heard, all right, so if you ever heard bucks in rutting season, they do that whistle.
Yeah.
We heard something like that, but it was a lot more exasperated, a lot more longer range, and a different kind of pitch.
Yeah.
So
it was not
yeah, that's why you saw in the deer, he's like, that ain't no deer, boys.
You know, I actually have that video that we could, I don't know if y'all want to play it tonight, but I can share my screen if y'all want to see it. The little clip of Kevin.
Yeah, sure.
Should we show it? Okay, I'm gonna try to share it on my screen here. Okay, because it's on Facebook. That's okay. I want to thank Firewater. Thank you so much. It says, I don't mean a thing without Miss Jessica's twang. Chicken fingers, tater logs, and Vienna sausages. I'm not the only Southern person on the screen tonight. Okay, and everybody on this screen, just about except for Riley, I'm gonna say, and probably Kevin, we all have Southern accents. Okay. Oh, and Dawn too. So, okay. Thank you, Firewater, for that super sticker. I do appreciate that. And also Cheryl Cope. Thank you so much for that super sticker. It's much appreciated. From New Zealand. Y'all, we are worldwide right now.
That's
just
awesome.
so y'all know.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, Cheryl.
So
Thank you so much.
before you pull up this video, or as you're doing it, I finally checked out the Facebook group and got into that rock throw. I do have to be the one to debunk that rock throw. I did drop something. At
You
that
did?
time. I did drop something. It was on the chair on my side. It was either my wallet or my water bottle. I can't remember, but I did drop it, and it did line up with the time.
Hey, that's all. That's what
You
it's about.
son
man.
of a bitch.
I had to come clean.
You shithead.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Damn it,
Oh,
Riley.
now you're going to have to change the documentary, I guess.
Dang
I'm
it,
just kidding.
dang it, Riley.
Well, none of us even noticed it. It was somebody that watched the video on Harley's group that had said it, and we was like, "Holy shit! Yeah, it started off with a rock throw, man."
Yeah, no.
That's just part of it, y'all. You know, it's just part of it. You know, we were caught up in the moment, you know, and it's part of it.
Well, that's the importance of documenting stuff, because then you can go back in a cooler, cooler measure, and you can go back and like analyze stuff a lot clearer headed. Because when you're in the moment, you got everything going through your mind.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, y'all. I'm sharing my screen, and for some reason, I think we have too many people on here now or something. I don't know. Y'all can't see that, can you? I'm sharing it.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, it says stop
There it
sharing.
goes.
Oh, here it goes. Okay.
I think it's going out.
You say I got them.
Here we go. Okay. Let me see if I can play it. Okay. Here we go. Let me unmute it. I don't know if this is going to play or not.
And we are hearing some crazy noises right now.
We are hearing some noises.
That ain't a here, boy.
Here we are.
Maybe it's something.
You're with us? Watch out behind us. Watch out behind us.
Because I was gonna go outside and I turned the outside light on. That's pretty interesting.
We're just watching it from the beginning.
Does anybody have footage of when we caught the whistle on camera?
Yeah, the whistle's in
I was
this
about to
video.
play until you started talking. You cut it off.
Yeah, jerk.
I'm new to this, guys. My bad.
No, that was pretty cool. Okay, sorry, my computer's a little bit wonky tonight, just a little bit, but you get the gist of it, and that's kind of how things roll. And that was really cool that y'all actually caught that on video when Kevin was being interviewed right there.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Wait, I heard the noise and I just stared at Doc and I was like, I don't know what I do. I don't want to keep talking while this is going on. So,
What do I do?
I was just like, what should I do? And then it kept going. So I turned and they're all going into the woods. And then Brian's like, that's not a fucking deer, boys. And I was like, oh shit.
Brian, that was me. That was me. That wasn't Brian.
I thought it was
Harley.
Brian. Either way, I was like, I should get up, and then I hear, look out behind us, and I turn her. That's why I fucking make that 360 turn.
Well, that's how they do.
I wasn't trying to put my ass in the camera on purpose. I promise.
You yabba dabba dude it for a second.
Yeah.
He was showing everybody those sweet cheeks.
What's funny though is when that happened, I was in my tent at the time, and I see Brian and Andrew gunning it for the woods, and I come out full going with my AR.
He got a little excited and dropped off there. Yeah. Well, Harley was actually in a hammock tent. He was in a hammock. He came out in a hammock right on the trail where we were going down. Now that would have been a little unnerving, I guess, like being right there. Of course, we were all camped kind of close to each other, everybody out there. But at the same time, that was a little unnerving, I would think. Harley told me he didn't sleep on Saturday night. He stayed up.
Let me tell you, we did not sleep in our tent because I felt uncomfortable being the first time. It was my first time being out there.
Yeah. What did you think about your first time? Did it get you hooked, or do you not ever want to go back?
Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm a firm believer in like spirits and stuff.
She's got the fever now for it.
Yeah. I've already talked to Drewski about going to caves, about going out on another one.
Nice. We did do the Skinwalker Cave last year, about a year and a half ago, I guess. That was
Oh,
unnerving. That was interesting. So I don't think any of you guys read that one, were you? That was me and
Andrew
Drew.
shared it. Yeah, Andrew shared it that night when we were all out there, man. It's pretty unnerving just listening to it.
Oh yeah, that was wild. Harley's back. Harley, did you hear? I was telling everybody about you sleeping in your hammock out there on the trail where all the activity was happening. How'd you feel about that?
He's speechless.
Oh yeah,
He's speechless.
That was insane.
Harley,
Yeah, his connection is real bad.
Yep.
He's cutting out.
He must be out in the country, boy.
He must be. He's driving. Yeah, if you just tuned into the show, Harley is driving home tonight from the Smoky Mountains Bigfoot Festival out there, or conference, and so he's on the road. Couldn't make it back in time, so he's trying. We're trying.
So another funny story. I was polar opposite of Harley. I tried out a new tent, and it might as well have been called Polly's Palace because that thing is enormous.
You were glamping, Paul. Glamping.
I was, man.
I should have left my twinkle lights with you. You could put hung them out.
It was a minute to set it up too. It was a little complicated.
Hey, it made me feel a little bit challenged. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my God, Paul! You had a porch on your tent. Actually, I remember that now.
Yeah.
You had a screened-in porch on your tent.
I did.
And the rest of us are out there. I slept in the back of my truck. And if anybody's wondering, I slept in the back of my truck with the doors locked. Okay. And most of the guys were, half of y'all were in 1-man, 2-man tents, smaller tents, or hammocks. Okay. A lot of people are in hammocks out there. So, being the Dogman and Bigfoot burritos, it's good cover for me because I know they're going to go for the Bigfoot burritos first if anything attacks at night. So, no, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I just know better. Okay. I slept in hammocks plenty of times out there. But
Riley didn't sleep in his hammock the first night because it got wet from all that rain. But that second night after his experience, he's like, fuck that. I'm just going to sleep in the car.
Yeah. So we got downpoured when we tried to do a little bit of little research out there that night, the first night, and it just opened up on us. We're about halfway down the trail, a good distance away from camp, and it just opened up on us. We got drenched.
We came back so soaking wet. Like everything.
Yeah. We were the four of us. So it was Juan and I'm sorry, I forget your wife's name.
Dawn.
And then Brian. So the four of us were out there and it started raining. And I radioed. I'm like, hey guys, just so you know, it's going to be a lot harder to hear shit out here while it's raining. And then Jessica's like, well, we're headed back to camp. I was like, well, I guess we should too. But we were pretty freaking far out there.
Yeah, we're a good ways out.
And we start walking and Juan's leading. And then it started torrential downpour. Brian's like, all right, Juan, let pick up the pace. And so we start hoofing it. And then, oh man, I got soaked. I had to take most of my clothes off and put new clothes on. We didn't go out there anticipating that it was going to start raining while we were out there. So none of us had our rain gear.
Well, I had my poncho, but
that's right.
Did nothing for me. I was still soaked.
And you guys came back with a bang. I remember that when you came back in the
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Might as well.
Hey, here's the funny thing.
Tell the audience what I'm referring to, please, somebody.
So I
wonder what
got
we're
this
talking
one. So I'm already at base camp. They're making their way back. I'm looking over the hill. All I see is 4 headlights just bobbing, making their way back. It's pouring down rain, and all of a sudden we hear, pow! And we're like, "Are y'all good?" Well, apparently we had a perimeter line set there, and when not to call you out, Juan, when he went to go underneath,
Go ahead. It was me. Go ahead, say it.
I almost ran into one too, and if I had not, I think Dawn, you helped me. Like I saw it when I was walking with you. I think I almost ran into it. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
all I gotta say, they work.
Yeah, that's why I accidentally set it off.
It was just like a fishing line. Okay, it was a little thicker than a fishing line, and you couldn't see it. So they were trip wires, y'all. If anybody's wondering, we had like kind of trip wires around the camp, but the only people tripping over them were us. Okay.
Yeah.
It was funny. So note to self, okay, note to any researchers out there, just know you're probably going to trip over one, especially if it's pouring down rain and a torrential downpour. And so that happens. That was really funny. Actually, the first night, Harley and Drewski and I kind of stayed up. We kind of stayed up a little later than everybody, I guess, kind of keeping watch. And I think we stayed up till about 3 or a little after 3 o'clock. And it was rainy. And I got to say, like, it was really kind of unnerving because I really did feel like something was, even when I got in my truck, I was like, I just felt like something was like watching me inside my truck, and I got tinted windows and everything.
Yeah, that's one thing we couldn't shake off, and we ourselves have tinted windows in our truck. We did sleep with the doors locked, of course, but it's just that feeling you couldn't unshake the entire night.
Yeah. I was pretty comfortable, but I did feel like something was out there. I had a truck bed tent, and I put a mattress in that bitch, and I put the tent right over it, and I was comfy cozy, but I'll show you a picture of the setup so everybody else can see it. Hold on, let me dim my light. Oh, I guess
that was a nice. I've actually got me a tent to go outside my truck too. I hadn't used it yet. It was nice. You and your dog, but you had your dog. Your dog was very well mannered and well tempered to be out in the woods with Bigfoots and stuff.
Yeah,
and I was super impressed.
She's awesome. That's a view from the inside of the tent with Rizzo is her name.
Here. Okay, I was gonna try to get your picture bigger on there, but I can't. Rizzo is awesome, y'all. She's a little pit bull, and super good. I know. There's no way I could take my whiny dog out there. I love my dog, but she would have been a complete hot mess.
Dude,
I
want to say that we ended up walking out a little bit further into the woods on a Friday night, and maybe during the day on Saturday. I can't remember. It was either or. It was still light out either way. And Brian, this big dude who looks like he'd probably rip your head off, like probably one of the sweetest guys I've ever met.
Yeah,
he's a Marine.
Yeah,
he looks like a GI Joe.
So,
kinda,
yeah.
right?
So my dog ended up staying at base camp, and some lady came up with a random dog, and he basically was like threatening her dog to get away from my dog, like trying to protect my dog and stuff. And I don't know. When somebody who I don't even know cares about my best friend as much as I do, it means something to me. So I just wanted to share that.
Oh yeah, your dog did great. I was super impressed. I think a lot of dogs in that case, like being out there with all that activity we had going on, they probably would have gone nuts when the crap hits the fan. Do you know what I mean? And the crap hit the fan out there, didn't it?
Quite a few times.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me
she's
say,
an older
Saturday
dog too.
night, as we were going into the area, I had the thermoscope on me, and I was just watching the ridge line, and I swore up and down, and Doc was right in front of me. I said, there's something up there. It stood straight up. It bent down, stood straight back up again, bent back down, and then it was gone.
Oh, wow. We got a question. Scott just got here. Where did we go? We were in Tennessee, Scott. Okay. Just so you know, we were in the Smoky Mountains. That's all we can say. Somewhere in the Smoky Mountains. But yeah. Oh, and Andrew says that Bigfoots don't usually like dogs. And so that's another reason. I mean, I take my dog hiking and stuff, but when we go Bigfooting, I just know my dog would, she is a brawler, man. I think she would fight something out there right off the bat. She'd go at it.
I almost wonder if that's like, cause with like the infrasound and stuff, cause we know all like the animals that we know of and are studied also have infrasound. So there's a good chance that Bigfoot has infrasound, and I'm pretty sure that's what Riley and them got hit with that night to begin with. But
they should tell that story.
Let's hear that.
Yeah, I wanted to say that real quick before they do. Maybe that's why my dog, every time we started walking out into the woods, she would walk 10 feet into the woods, stare at me, and be like, "All right, fuck this, I'm going back to camp."
She did. She did that actually. Well, and as Pleasant was a long walk, and I busted my butt a couple of times where I actually fell down and I had mud all over my butt.
Yeah, I went down twice myself.
I was covered in mud. Even the top of my hat and everything had mud on it by the time I left.
Yeah,
I was covered in mud.
That freaking Saturday night, I got a big patch. You can't see it, but I have a big patch of freaking poison ivy right here. I dove right onto my belly, and freaking, I was like, "Oh, there's something going on out here."
Don't touch. I actually busted my AWS going down that first hill right by where Harley's tent is, right there, right by that down tree or whatever. So
that was a pretty hard drop off right off.
That sucked.
That's
where. Yeah, your dog was smart. She just didn't. She knew she was going to bust her butt just like we were.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Riley. I want to hear the story about the infrasound. Whatever made you feel, like the energetic brick wall, not feeling well. Let's hear what happened.
I'll start it off. So. It was on Saturday night when we decided to go out there and do a little experiment with debate that we had going on. Well, as we were walking in, like my wife said, she saw something trailing us on the ridge line, and it was just pacing us, seeing what we were doing. Well, once we got down there and we got everything set up and we did our experiment out there, we went complete dark, lights out completely. And It's Harley. Wish he was here. He could give you more detail of everything because they saw everything. But things, not even 5 minutes after being out there, it started going off. They said they were seeing some stuff through the thermal, and the atmosphere was pretty calm for the most part. And then this is where we believe we got hit with some infrasound out of nowhere. It's like somebody just flipped a switch, and it was borderline panic attack on the entire group. It was all 4 of us. It just immediately switched over, and something didn't feel right. Riley, you want to chime in this?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna rewind the timeline a little bit for me. So, as Kevin mentioned earlier, he was when we first started walking out there, he had to tell me like, "You good, bro? You're holding your breath." I didn't realize I was holding my breath, but that was right about the time that Dawn saw the thing going up and down on the thermal. That's about when we were, because I remember you stopped, Kevin, before you even talked to me, and you were just looking up in the ridgeline because you either heard or saw something. I can't remember what it was. But from then, I just started, getting a little anxiety, a little bit uneasy and stuff. And as we kept on going down, and we did get to the area where we put up the bait and where the tree structure had noticed. So I split off with Drew, Doc, and Harley when we first got down there before we went and laid low. And we noticed the foliage was green on the structure, but I looked down and I saw a fresh print. And I called it out. Everybody came over, and that's when it really hit me. Like I just started feeling like the dread and stuff. I was like, this just happened.
Mm-hmm.
This print was not here earlier, and it was big. We couldn't get the tape measure out and stuff out at the time. But I mean, I have a pretty wide foot, and I wear size 13s, and it was quite a bit bigger than my foot.
But I got that all on video too.
Yeah, because that's where the special Squatch made their calls. We'll save that one for that if you put that in. But yeah, so when we go and lay and get dark, it's in the back. We have Drew holding the flank, then me and Kevin and Harley, and then Doc, and the rest of you guys, Juan, Dawn, and who else? I think that
Paul was with us.
No, because Paul came.
No, yeah, Paul and Brian stayed at base camp first.
We came after y'all.
All right, so we're all sitting there, but the 4 of us in the back, Drew, Kevin, and I. So I'm seeing stuff in the back. I'm watching our 6. Watching, I can't see my hand, but I started seeing these like little dots and stuff out there, and then we realized some of them are fireflies. But I'm starting not to think some of them are after what Kevin saw, and we can let Kevin get to that here in a minute. But we start hearing stuff all around us. Kevin's like, "You hear that? Do you hear that whooping in the distance?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah," and it's just everything. This is my heart start racing and racing. I start feeling dread, and I know I can just feel it. Everything, we're surrounded on all ends, and then Harley, with the thermal, starts saying what he does at the end. He's like, "Oh, there's 2 of them," and
yeah, he didn't say, he yelled it.
Yeah. He yelled it, and we were like, "Come on, bro."
We were like, "Shut the fuck up."
And
so, at the end of that trailer, that's what that is. That's Harley. Oh my God, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them.
So he decided he hands me the thermal, and so I'm looking and stuff. So I didn't realize what kind of thermal we were working with. I know it was the monochrome scale thermal. You got your white and your grays and stuff. I didn't realize what Harley and Kevin were seeing were bright signatures. So I thought, you just see the outline of everything. So I see this white, yellowish, like real faint, like cool.
Yeah. So the way that was set up, the hotter it was, it would show up red. and the cooler it'll be like a dark gray.
Yes. So I'm looking at this tree behind a laurel, and I just see this. It was cooler than later. I find out cooler than what everybody else see. Lean out, lean back in, and I'm just like, oh, it's there. And there, my stomach just sank. I've been in the presence of demons. I've had some wild stuff happen in my life, but I've never been more terrified of that. And then I'm just freaking out. I hand Kevin the thermal. And if Kevin, you want to tell your little part, and I'll come back in with what happens next, but I think your part's really important. That builds upon what else I'm about to say.
Yeah. So so I'll just start from when we sat down. Before we sat down, I saw eye shine, first of all, probably right off to the left. And then we all sit down, and I see a red dot, just a big, probably, I mean, I can't tell how big it was, but it looked pretty significantly big. And I thought maybe it was like, a gun laser. So, and Drew's right next to me on the other side of the tree. And I go, Drew, do you have a laser on that fucking gun? He goes, yeah, of course I do. And I go,
it was green.
I go, did you just shine it? And he goes, no. Why? I was like, I just saw a red dot. He goes, well, my laser is green anyway. And I was like, oh shit. So, and then Harley does this thing, shows Riley the on the thermal. And then I look on the thermal, and I swear for like a good brief, like quick second, there was a large figure that was red in front of us. And then I was just like, oh my God, that's why I swear to God, it was red. The video that we got back, there was no red. So it's pretty interesting.
You know what? The funny thing that you mentioned about there's no red on the video playback, all of us were having electronic issues while we were there.
So that infrared thermal sight, it was fully charged when we went out. By the time we got out there and we started sitting down, it started dying.
Yeah, it was dead. It was dead before we fucking went back in, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it died completely before we went back in.
Yeah.
And then
my camera went through 2 batteries, and they were fully charged.
That's right,
normally
too.
A battery lasts me, 5-6 hours normally.
And Riley, you had something too, didn't you? Or was that Jessica?
No,
Well, while we were down there, we were having communication issues that it felt just static and broken up. Couldn't get any calls out through the radios at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we were actually kind of on the Friday night when we were out there. We couldn't. The radios weren't reaching because we were so far down in a valley, I guess, from the other team. So we were having to. That's part of why we always keep one person at base camp that runs the communications, runs the comm, so they can be the midpoint. So we can radio to them, and then they can relay what we have to say to the other team that's across the way. Because we had a lot of people out there, y'all. Yeah. We had a big crew, and so it's kind of it's necessary to divide up into smaller teams when you're out there doing the kind of research and investigations that we're doing, just to cover all that ground. We had a lot of ground to cover out there, and radio communication is 100% necessary. You have to have radio communication when you're out in the woods, just for safety.
Absolutely. And that was the issue of Brian and Paul coming into the picture, was we were having that radio issue. But once they made contact with us, we separated in 3 different groups. It was Harley and Brian, and then it was Juan, Don, Paul, and Riley, and then it was Doc, me, and Drew. And that's when they had that contact there.
We ain't even got into that, man.
Yeah.
What's funny is when me and Brian were on our way down there, we had to pause a couple times because we kept on hearing thuds to our right, and then we kept on hearing, because see, I'm a firm believer, like Bigfoot's like to imitate different creatures.
Yeah.
And we had a cat call like a couple times, and we're like, there ain't no daggum house cat out here. Like, what the heck?
Well, we did find that print though on Saturday morning. There was a feline print out there. Could have been like a little mountain lion or
I didn't think about
maybe,
that.
but yeah,
because I didn't see that
been.
cat. I didn't see that cat print until you just showed it.
Yeah, it probably wasn't a domestic cat out there though. There's no houses anywhere near there, as far as I know, and that's something that we've heard actually in some of my team's research is out in the middle of nowhere where there's no houses for miles and miles and miles, like lots of miles. We've heard cats, which have actually lured us away from our base camp long enough for probably something to happen in our base camp while we were gone. Do you know what I mean? A lot of times that'll be a distraction.
Well, see, what's funny is that I know while we were at base camp, one of the locals came up that Harley knew, and he was talking about how he heard a fox out there one night, and it sounded like a fox at first, and then like and like just this weird like guttural, just almost not a gag, but just like a growl, and he's like, that ain't no daggum fox.
Yeah, didn't he say it was like he said it sounded like a 900-pound fox.
Yeah.
Like that 900-pound owl that we heard out there Friday night too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of tricks. I felt it was kind of like trickster vibes going on out there when we were there. Kind of like look this way, not that way, and there could be something that happens. We're focused, like looking down the valley, and then those owls start going nuts. Like behind us, and it just felt like I was telling Drew, I was like, there's this way. Let's you look that way. I was like, there's something this way and that way. If they're making noise over here. Okay, so we were all very, everybody out there is pretty much aware of that. But
and that's what was happening to the four of us, Juan, Don, Paul, and I, was when after we had all this stuff happen, we Kevin, Harley, and I see the stuff in the thermal. We all grouped together after we can't see anything else, and at this point, Juan and I, we're ready to go. We want to get out of there.
Yeah.
Like, our anxiety is through the roof. I mean, we're just like, all right, Paul and Brian are coming back. All right, cool. We get out of here. Like, I wanted nothing more than to get out of the woods. And thankfully, Juan, I'm going to remember this the rest of my life. We both some big boys, and we like to snack when we get anxious and stressed.
You're a nervous eater.
He went out there at a granola bar.
He calmed us both down.
Did you feed it to each other?
End to end.
Yeah, but I'm gonna remember that the rest of my life, man. That's you won't get it. This is just a big dude communication, like sharing food like that, especially in times of stress. That's like mother-child bond right there. Like that's something that can't be broken. And I'm glad we had that moment because what happens next?
Oh yeah, there's always more. Okay, yeah. And there's never a dull moment. That's why you always have to. What I tell my audience: keep your head on a swivel at all times, because a lot of times things will happen when you're least expecting it to. When you're sitting there listening, like you were holding your breath, right? And you're holding your breath and you're listening, and you got to remember to breathe for a minute. A lot of things may not happen at that moment, but it's like when you start laughing and joking with your buddies and you're not paying attention, that's where all the craziness goes down.
Yeah.
Well, that goes to show, like, if you're looking for something, a lot of times you're not going to see it because you're just hyper aware. But if you just slow down and pay attention to your environment, you tend to notice things out of the ordinary.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So freaking when you guys left, that chem light that we had over the bait looked like it started.
Sorry for the audience. It's a glow stick, y'all.
So it looked like it was freaking moving. Mm-hmm. And Doc and I are sitting there sharing freaking Skittle gummies, just sitting there fucking eating, passing it back and forth, just watching. And I go, Drew, is that fucking light moving? And he goes, it looks like it, doesn't it? I was like, it kind of looks like it's going to the ground and then getting picked back up. And Doc's like, it looks like it's on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it is. And then all of a sudden we hear Brian go, that fucking light is moving. And then we all just run right at. I jumped up as Drew goes, let's go. And then we all just charged on to where the bait was, and that glow stick was just still sitting in its spot. I swear we all were witnessing it move. So
I was
the
running, trying
mind
to get
tricks.
the lens cap off my camera. I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Well, did you guys? Well, I know Bigfoot Dwarf is in the chat. He was asking, and he was wondering if we got any kind of good thermal video footage. Did you guys get any of that?
It was, technology being technology, with all the interference we had down there. Unfortunately, it was inconclusive, the video footage. I believe these guys what they saw, but it didn't process correctly on the thermal footage.
Yeah.
And it was also raining, y'all. Okay, the humidity was outrageous, so that may have had a little something to do with some of that, technology going haywire out there a little bit, but not all of it. It was also paranormal stuff going on out there.
Yeah, it was draining the batteries. I mean, it was everybody was having radio issues. I like I said, it killed 2 of my batteries, and yeah, we had a lot of technical issues.
It was so bad that me and Juan actually had to leave our cell phones at the truck because the battery drainage was going crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that picture I just showed y'all. I had forgotten that I had a night vision camera, and I was actually pointed. It was while it was pouring down rain, by the way, and we were under the tent over on my truck, and that was a picture of Harley right there. I took a picture of the screen on there. You could see the cemetery in the background and Harley standing right there. It was kind of cool, but that's how dark it was outside. It was so pitch black dark out there when we didn't have any kind of lanterns on or lights on. Even with the lights on, I had my twinkle lights on in the background behind me, but still.
Didn't we have something weird happen?
It was dark.
Didn't we have something weird happen where me and Andrew checked it out, where like at all those headstones, there's only one that was glowing red?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
the one that was on the ground.
So Harley was looking through the thermal out towards the graveyard, and there was one particular headstone that happened to be showing a hot signature compared to all the other ones. And then, if I remember correctly, he said that off in the background on some brushes or trees back there, he saw something moving in and out, but never fully come out entirely, all at the same time as that headstone was glowing red with the heat signature.
No, we were wondering if they were field mice.
Was that Friday night?
I believe so. Y'all were passed out.
Well, because at base camp that night, I don't know if we ever told you, because it was me, Senior, and Juice that stayed at base camp that night.
Shout out to Juice. We haven't mentioned him today.
Yeah, shout out to Juice.
What's up, Juice Man?
But we heard, after we heard the owl, not owl.
The not owl, like the not deer.
Exactly. We heard some breaks out towards that direction of the cemetery. I imagine you're talking, it was the right side, not the side that had the bathroom trail, but the side that was along the creek. But we heard breaks.
What?
The creek. The creek. You're not even from the South. Wait, is that what people up north call a creek?
No, that's more like
creek.
Irish. The creek.
Crick.
I always thought Southerners would have said that.
Oh, no.
That's funny. You're just trying to fit in.
We took our car and went over the creek.
All right.
It was wicked crazy.
My
wicked
family's from
smart.
Arkansas.
I love it.
So
it's more Boston.
But yeah, we're hearing stuff out that way at base camp, just running out there, and it sounded big too. So it makes sense if you guys saw something. I think because we had nobody out there the whole entire time, besides what you guys maybe walked out there one time, but that was like the one area nobody went. So I mean, that seems like it'd be a good safe spot for them.
Yeah.
The Wicked Crick.
The Wicked Crick. That freaking so that Saturday night too, when the strange noises were happening, when Doc was recording all of us and Riley is relaying his story, I kind of got a little, like, right before that I was like, Riley, I feel like you need to cry, and he's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, and he just found out that his baby girl was just started crawling and stuff. And I was like, dude, you need to let a cry out. I can feel it. I could feel it in my chest. And he starts talking on camera and his voice starts breaking. And I start getting teary eyed. And I look across the way and Brian's crying. And I was like, oh my God, this is the whole thing. The whole situation was emotional. And then and then Doc does the individual interviews real quick. We hear that noise. Andrew, Paul, and Brian all go down the road and experience that orb thing that Paul was talking about a little bit ago. And then we all reconvene. We do a couple more interviews with Doc's camera and whatnot. And then Brian and I went back down there to see if we could have that encounter again, right? And we're standing there, and he's like, "That light is." He's like, "That light is fucking moving." I swear. Do you see it? And I'm like, "No." I was like, "It looks like it's staying right where it's at." And then he started getting that feeling of dread that Riley's talking about, and he's like, "We need to go back to camp. I'm getting scared, and I don't get scared." So when he says I don't get scared, I'm like, "Okay, well that scares me." So we start turning around to walk back, and he stops and he goes, "What the fuck was that?" And he's like, and he's shining his light. He's like, we heard footsteps run across the road behind us. And so he's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here." So we start walking back. And then as we're walking back, I hear the footsteps behind us again. And then I shine my light, and then I just keep the light on behind me. I just hold the light behind me. So like every time I look back, I can already see. So I don't have to, like, I'm not like finding out what's behind me as I turn around, you know what I mean? And yeah, that was pretty interesting to hear footsteps kind of like trailing us as we're walking back to camp. Was really interesting.
Wow. Well, we just had the team lead show up tonight. What's up, Mr. Drewski? Thank you for coming back.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Just a little low.
You're quiet.
Hey, Jessica. Yes.
Use your big boy voice.
I tried to put up there. So I got a screen capture, a small little capture of the thermal.
Okay.
If you want to throw that up there.
Yeah. Do you want to? Can you share your screen?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. Oh, did you put it in the chat?
Yeah, I put it on there.
Okay. Screen capture. Okay, I don't see it in here. Where'd you send it?
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, let me find it and I'll get it. Okay. All right. Let's talk while I'm pulling that up. Drew, what's up? Tell everybody about your experience out there. What do you think about the whole trip with Operation Smoke?
Oh man, it was at first
kind of low. Get close to your mic. Yeah.
Hey.
Better. Okay, that's better. That's better.
Speak with your chest.
I'm like really like on the freaking laptop.
Say it with your chest.
Let me turn up your volume. Let me see if I can get your microphone louder.
Yeah, use your big boy voice.
Oops, I just muted you. Sorry.
You want me to go get some headphones real quick and mic?
No, it's okay. Here, I'm going to turn up your mic volume. Okay, let me turn you up. All right, keep talking. It should work. Okay, I got you up higher.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That's
Is that better,
Okay,
y'all?
cool. Yeah. Oh, first of all, I want to say, hey guys, missed you guys. Love y'all. Doc, bro, it's gonna bro, perfection. All I gotta tell you is perfection. Kevin, perfection on your book. Anyways, hey, love you too, Amanda. All right. Honestly, at first, I really thought it was gonna be like a bust because it was raining and just that's just the way I was thinking. And then towards like the second day, I had more. This. I just got a good feeling. So I don't know. It just seemed to work out, man. Like the second night worked out way better than the first night, but to me, because it was just raining most of the time, so rain kind of puts a damper on things. But the thing I was really most excited about was the out-of-state guys or the guys who haven't been on actually getting their first-hand experience on it. That's what I was proud of, and that's what I was excited for. And also, everybody made it out alive. So that was like one of my biggest goals, is to keep everybody good the way we came in. So yeah.
Well, that's number one. Everybody get out alive. Okay.
Yeah.
We made it. Well, what did you think about? I was talking earlier about how I just felt like I was being watched the whole time I was there. I mean, what did you think about the atmosphere out there? Because we've done a couple of different operations together. I've been a part of the operations at least 3 times now, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
How did this one compare to the other operations?
Yeah, you're right. I think out of all all the ones I've been on, this one's probably like the most exciting, and of course because of the freaking people we have on here, but also
it was all because of me,
Yes, 100%. And Rizzo,
And
Rizzy girl.
I should have brought her down here so we could have her on camera, but I did not.
Yeah, for real. But it was actually really cool that we camped next to a graveyard. That was really cool. And other than that, with the whole atmosphere of everything, the snaps of the trees, like the weird owl calls, just the whole mimicking and the I should say Bigfoot structure that Brian and I found. That was actually pretty cool. And then also on the second night, that was actually really, really straight up blood flowing. Let's get it. That was good. Really, really good.
Now you guys actually kind of set up, I don't want to call it a trap. Okay. But you guys set up some bait, and listen, I always used to volunteer to be bait, and I still do. But you guys actually use like pretty real bait kind of. And we had that, I guess that hog trap kind of thing was down there. Tell me about your strategy, Drewski.
Yeah, so I kind of relate it back to example, because in Colorado I used to hunt like a lot of elk, a lot of antelope and coyote and stuff like that. And when we ran into like that boar trap, I was like, you know what we're doing right now isn't really working. I'm gonna try to set out some bait, but I need certain items to do that. So I was really trying to thinking off the cuff, and the items I got and was given freaking worked out really good. So, and that's, I don't know. To me, I was just throwing up a Hail Mary, hopefully it worked, and it felt like it did.
Working on the fly.
Yep. Yep. Thinking on my feet. So
I pulled up that video clip if you want to show it.
The video clip. Oh, okay. Let's see. Did you present it
at work?
Did you?
Yeah, I put it up in the present.
Okay, it's not on here. Oh wait, here it is. Sorry, I see it now. There it is.
So that's the screen capture of the thermal.
Yeah, it's the thermal.
Oh, is that different? Okay. Oh, that's the one that you showed. Okay, that was the thermal, everybody. Sorry. You know what? I think I can't show yours. It won't come up until we take this one down. So here, let me take this one. Oops. I'm just going to show that one more time. Okay. How do we get this one out? Kick from studio. Okay. Kick. Yes. Let me kick that. Okay. Now. Oh, wait. Did I just kick them out of the studio? Damn it. I'm so sorry, Juan. I think I just kicked one out of the studio. I didn't mean to.
We don't want.
I was like, I want to kick them out of the studio. Yes. No. Juan, please come back.
We don't want two. We don't even want one.
Hold on. What is this? Is this it right here, maybe? Okay, Juan. Sorry about that, buddy.
He's got the string ran to the tree right over there. It's hooked up to a blank. It's going to be attached to the bait. If something takes it, pow. Pow.
Put out some of the ballparks.
Give me that Frank. Yeah.
The
She went
wieners.
with the Nathan's, bro.
It's hoping for some. No, I'm not going to say it.
You better not.
Juan and Don, I see y'all in here. I'm going to pull y'all back up as soon as we watch this video.
How you feel? What's the probability of success, Chief? I don't know.
I'd say it worked. Right? All right. Is that the whole video?
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, just a little clip.
Let's take that down. Let me pull up our good friends Juan and Don that I just kicked out of the studio by accident. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's all right.
All I
Get out of
heard was, is it this button to kick, and that was it.
Hey, what does this button do?
Yep.
That's my life story right there. Okay.
That's okay, because I'm the button pusher of our family.
Of course. Hey, my good buddy Flat Rock's in here. What's up, Flat Rock? He's out of Alabama. He's also got Bigfoots on his property. And thank you for being here, Flat Rock. Yeah, we need to go down to Flat Rock sometime.
Yes, we do.
That's a great place. Yeah. Okay. So.
Or Maine. Just throwing that out there.
Yes.
So just a quick question: When's the next time you think all you guys can get back down to Tennessee?
Up to Tennessee? Hey, I can come anytime. I can be up there anytime, y'all. Especially at that
Take
spot.
me about an hour.
I know. You're like right down the road, Doc. Especially at that.
I'm
Drew,
gonna.
You want to take him to the? You want to take him to the caves?
I'm down. I really want to go to Maine, bro. That's me.
I ain't never been that far north.
I'll go to Maine.
Oh yeah, the big W. People don't like saying that word. It's the Wendigo. I'll say it one time.
Hey, that's my least favorite cryptid. Those are the only ones that give me the heebie-jeebies like nothing else. Because
they eat people.
Well, they sound like prime babies and try to pull you in like hell.
Yeah, Doug.
Hey, Rod.
There's Rod. Big
Bear County. Yeah, Bear County Bigfoot. What's up, Rod? Yeah, I mean, but pretty much all these cryptids, Paul, will eat you. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of how do you want to be eaten by what?
It's something about the Wendigo's trickery, man. I don't like it.
Oh,
yeah, not only that too. Like certain ones are harder to kill. I got a list on each one on how to kill it. I really do. I have 100%. I got a list on each one on how. It's almost kind of like Batman's contingency plans for each Justice League, right? I have contingency plans for each cryptid on how to kill them. No joke. I will send you the list.
Oh but yeah, we're gonna do that. Listen, this is real life stuff that we're doing. We're doing this is we're putting our lives on the line here.
Yeah, but
it's no joke.
Yeah, but out of all the cryptids, Wendigo is the hardest to freaking kill. Straight up.
What about the S walkers though? Because you know when we went to let's just say
the skinnies
cave. The skinnies, yeah, the flesh walkers. We went there and I got some consultation from my good buddy and William Nighthawk. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight, but William gave us some really sound information on it, and it's stuff that I can't really share all of it publicly, but it had a lot. It kind of was like chasing a vampire or like going after vampires, right?
I don't know. To me, I would still rather go up against skinnies than Wendy's any day.
Skinnies than Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I think if any team is prepared to encounter that, it's this team for sure. Yeah. And of course, we had some newbies, some guys who've never been out there with this before. And I want to know from Doc, because Doc, we hadn't talked to you very much. I mean, he hadn't been talking.
Over there all quiet,
been talking very much. You've been real quiet tonight. Let's talk. Okay.
I'm observing.
You are you're awesome. You brought your equipment out there and you did some really great documenting of what went down. And I'd say that was like, class A, I guess. I don't know. With all that stuff that kind of happened, especially when Kevin was being interviewed. Great stuff. What did you think? Was this your first time out there bigfooting or going dogman hunting?
It was my second time, but it was my first overnight. So it was definitely a new experience, but just the whole thing, man, was fun. The adrenaline. And I was telling some of the guys, I was like, I said, when we were kids, we get sticks and we go through the woods and we pretend our sticks are weapons and we're going to slay the dragon or the beast in the woods. I'm like, men, we never grow up, man.
Right. And I will say this because Dog won't admit it, but not only has he got a smooth voice on the mic on the podcast, but this man can sing. Don't let him fool you.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, man.
I know.
That's awesome. No, I told you, Doc. What did I?
Oh,
we cut out.
Okay. Damn it, y'all.
We're there. We're
good.
Am I
back?
Dang it, Bob.
I was about to, I'm
the
sorry.
First thing that Jess said to Doc when she showed up was,
the first
"Man,
thing
you have a really nice voice." And then she grabbed him by his butt cheek.
No, I did not.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I was there. I saw it.
I did not. What?
I did.
She was just like, "Hey, Doc, nice voice for the podcast, by the way."
God. Whatever. If people believe that, I do not grab butts.
Nice wood patina.
The most I talk about butts is when we're talking about the frozen butt cheek eater. You know when that God.
Frozen butt cheek eater.
Frozen
Man,
butt cheek
somebody
eater.
was asking me about we were talking about
Speaking of butt cheek, you need to play that clip that I
Alive.
uploaded.
No,
Yeah.
cannibalism and stuff. And, people
Yes.
eat dead bodies' butt cheeks and stuff with their
Well,
frozen.
speaking
That's
of-
a long story.
Well,
That's a long
speaking of
story.
butt cheeks, you should definitely upload that freaking ass squatch.
It's
Oh
up.
God, I know that's what we're asking.
It's
Did you
in the
guys want to
queue.
show that? Oh
Yeah,
no.
absolutely.
Are
I
we
haven't
really gonna
seen
watch
it,
that?
but it already sounds great.
Hold on, we're going to the
Hopefully I don't
audience
get kicked
first.
this time.
You guys, okay? Is my audience ready for this? Is the question. Do you guys want to see this? We're going to go ahead and show it anyways. It does have to do with bodily functions, y'all. Okay. Please don't be offended, y'all. It's actually kind of funny. Okay. We call this one Ass Squatch. Okay.
Y'all hear that? Ass squatch. Is that where you get all the phantom smells from?
I freaking run into it.
He said that's bad.
Oh man. So this is really how our wood trips end up, y'all.
Now,
Seriously.
Doc, I gotta ask: was that the one that we
my
heard?
God.
Was that your reply to Drew and I, or was that one of us?
Oh my God. Ass Squatch.
Oh no, we were talking to each other when we had the lights out. Speak to me, oh toothless one.
To me, it sounded like you had a lisp.
Yeah, it sounded wet, Drew.
Oh man.
It was very
Let's-
very hot outside.
Well, we do have my friend Sovereign
lie, that was some of
Man.
that-
We talk about farts a lot in our chat, so it's right up your alley, Sovereign. Okay, but we do have a lot of fun out in the field too, everybody. Okay, to the audience who's watching, we always have fun. It's not. I mean, what's the point in going out and doing this crazy stuff if you can't have fun with it?
Right.
Can't
The
be so
hot sauce
serious
was
all the
getting to
time.
everybody.
Oh, dude,
Bro.
Yeah.
That chicken biscuits what got me.
Mom and Pa's Country Kitchen.
Hey guys, I got to give a shout out to Kevin right now though, because his hot sauce is on point. I've been using it every day at work.
Same.
I'm already out. I got to order some more.
Yeah, let me
Thanks,
know where I
man.
need to order
Good
some
day.
more.
Yeah,
Where
I'll
the
send you
weird
the link.
ones are podcast.com.
Spicy lemon hot sauce. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I missed out on the hot sauce. I didn't stay long enough. I guess. Try the hot
Let's
sauce.
some
That
of
sounds
that.
good.
Yeah, it was good, guys. Really,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
all in
know,
all, man,
Since we're doing plugs, man, shameless.
Oh, dude, plug away, dog.
I just released my first book, The Epic of Esau, The Birthright and Seed War. And
yes, you did.
it's all about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and the high strangeness. Check it out.
Right here.
I'm
On
putting here.
Amazon.
You got the full screen right now. You got the full screen. Let's show the Epic of Esau, y'all. You need to come on my show. We need to do a full show. Just
Yeah.
talking about the biblical side of Bigfoot and all these cryptids. I think
Yeah.
that'd be a
I
great
have a book
conversation.
too.
He
Do
says the
you?
first
Okay,
one
let's
come out
put
red,
you up.
covered in hair from head to toe, like a hairy cloak.
All right, Kevin, you're next. What you got? Rizzo, that's your dog.
That's my dog.
That's my dog,
immortalized her in a storybook that goes. It's a series
Mhm.
that I'm writing. So it's technically supposed to be me, but my last name's changed, and that's it. So we just in this book we hunt a Wendigo.
Oh gosh, and that's so cool. We're gonna have to come up and do some Wendigo hunting for real up there sometimes, and that's awesome. Yeah,
I do want to say too that Saturday night, I heard fucking birds chirping in the middle of the fucking night.
Oh
yeah, we did too.
So
Well, we heard it on Friday too.
I looked at Brian when we did that when we walked down there and he got scared. I'm like, I hear the birds and I go, birds don't chirp at night, do they? He goes, no, fuck they don't. And then we fucking walked back, and then Senior heard it because I told Senior about it, and then he heard the birds while we were at base camp, and he's like, there's some fucking birds again. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I've never in my life heard birds chirp at night, and this was the first time I've ever heard that.
And it was
What was funny, Kevin, is when you guys were down there, me and Senior were talking. Him and I both heard those birds, and I'm like, bro, what's up with these birds?
Yeah.
There's not any birds at night. It's supposed to be sleeping.
And it
We
was
heard those Friday too, though.
It was a full call too. It was instead of just like a. It was that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it sounded like Disney out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riley, that's pretty impressive, man.
That was impressive.
That was a good whistle, actually. Jay Truesiger's mentioning about giant mantas and ETs being out in the woods. And that's something that my teams, plural, have encountered, are ETs and that kind of an aspect. Now, it was pouring down rain when I was there, so I didn't see any UFOs out in the sky. But we did see these lights out there. And I know it was kind of, I don't know if it's a little early to have fireflies, but I know there were fireflies out there too, right? But there's also that element as well. I don't think any of us had missing time that I know of. Do anybody feel like y'all might have had some kind of encounters out there?
No, I kept checking my watch and my butt. So
yeah, my butt still feels pretty tight.
Oh my god.
Hey, no, Drew, tell them about when we saw the orb when me and you and Brian went down the trail, how at first we were skeptical about it, but then
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, they went to investigate the sound. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. Him and I went to go investigate the sound, and Paul, and we passed like the chem light, basically perimeter, and we kept walking about about 50 feet out, and looked to my left, and I was like, holy crap, I don't know why, I always try to make sense of everything before I literally put a figure on what it is. So I was like, it's kind of funny. Someone is riding an electric bike out here. and of course, when I say stuff like that, it pisses off Brian. So that gives me the green light to keep pissing him off. So I was like, no, never mind. That's not an electric bike. I think that's someone on a scooter. And he's like, that ain't someone on a scooter. I was like, no, wait a minute. I think that's the ranger station's front light. And he's like, it's freaking moving. And I'm like, no, that ain't it. I go, that's a big giant lightning bug. And he's like, you're freaking crazy. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. I think it's more, dude. So as we're looking at it, I just keep staring at it, and it's just moving, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And then I was getting that feeling that Ryan was getting. And that's when I told him and Paul, I'm like, hey, let's go. So we're basically arguing on the way back. Let's go back. And I'm like, no. I got to tell you what, we'll just go ahead and we'll just ask Daddy. How about that? So we'll just ask Brian Sr. And he's like, no, don't do that. Don't ask Dad. I'm like, and then that's when we walked up. And then I was like, hey, Pops, come here real quick. And then, so that was that.
Yeah, Brian's like, we got 14 minutes. We're going back.
I'm like, all right, you could, whatever. And then that was when Kevin and Brian had their encounter.
Yep.
Well, now to be clear, Brian, our friend Brian was out there with us, one of the CW ops, and his dad. Those are two of the gentlemen that went on the Alabama Dogman hunt with us. They're the two of the guys who had been accosted by what seemed to be Dogman out in the deep woods of Alabama a while back, and a father-son team right there. Yep. And Firewater says, I have raised and done wildlife rescue, rehab, and release, and I can assure you that birds do not chirp at night.
Thank you.
Okay, and what is this? Okay, Sovereign says people have heard supernatural bird chirps inside their car while driving through heavy ET cryptid territory.
Nice.
I've never heard that.
Good to know. Put that on the notes. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
where are you at, Sovereign?
now I want to go back.
We do need to
why
go
I love
back.
this community, man, because like people give you little inklets of personal knowledge, experiences, and stuff, and that's how we grow to try to understand like what these experiences are, man. It's just nice to have a community like this where you can share events, share experiences. If you go out in the field, share advice.
Oh yeah, and I gotta say, I am partial to my chat over here in my community here. I have the best chat on the internet, by the way, and lots of field researchers, boots on the ground, and boots on the ground field researchers and people who have experienced cryptids are all in here tonight watching, and people that are just curious and like to live vicariously through us are also in here as well. And Erin, hey Erin, she says, ever hear an owl hoot then crow like a rooster at the end? Girl, I have heard some weird stuff. Yes. I've heard what sounded like owls that turn into monkeys and turn into other stuff and like humans. So, yeah. Go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's like it's funny that you mentioned that because I never saw a single crow or raven, but I kept on hearing during the day a raven and then at night it was those owls.
Okay, hey Pyromedic. He says a bird will chirp at night when scared off its perch, but not a happy tune. Now, those birds that we were hearing, I know Friday night, it was raining. It was like dumping rain on us. And when it quit dumping, Drew, you and I think Harley was still out there. We were hearing those birds chirping out there. It didn't sound like they were doing like a happy chirp, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't speak.
Me, it wasn't. No, I don't either.
Yeah. Max just said tonight's the first night I've heard an ass squatch. I don't believe that.
They're everywhere.
Real, and they were present.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Well, somebody in the chat earlier tonight had asked if any one of us had ever heard, or not heard. Well, I guess it is heard, or had telepathic communication with something like a Dogman.
Oh, like mind speak. Yeah.
Mind speak. Have you, Drew?
Negative.
Okay,
Nope,
let's go down the list. Anybody out here? Juan?
No.
No. Dawn? No. Did you not either? None of y'all did. What about? Okay. Paul?
No, but I can kind of give a point to that kind of concept where you get thoughts in your head that are not of your own and it could be negative and stuff. I definitely believe there's something spiritual to that. And that's how I look at that. But that's the only experience I can say is if I ever experienced intrusive thoughts or, just feeling overly heavy for no reason, just out of nowhere, I take that as spiritual. It's just me personally.
Doc, what do you think about that? I know you research a lot of the biblical side and, what do you think about mind speak? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all connected, and I talk about it in my book. How Esau, it said, he was born. It said the first one come out red, covered in hair from head to toe like a hairy cloak, and then when you follow, he ends up marrying into Nephilim giant clans. And according to the biblical narrative, the Nephilim giants, they were the product of fallen angels that came down and bred with the daughters of men. It said that once they died, their spirits couldn't go to heaven or hell, so they roamed earth as demons, tormenting mankind. And then I think that's why you get the mind speak and you get the UFOs and the orbs and all that stuff, and even the Nephilim giant tribes that he marries into. From his loins he breeds Amalek, who birthed the Amalekite race, whose name means the blood lickers, and they were known sorcerers. And in the Bible, that's the first people that God's people encounter is the Amalekites and get attacked by them. And that's where you get all your laws and rules and regulations. You don't get laws, rules, or regulations unless someone is breaking said law, rule, or regulation. And if you look at those, what does it say? It says, "Do not drink the blood. The life force is in the blood. Do not seek necromancers or mediums or sorcerers. Do not pass your children through the fires of Molech." It says, "No longer will you sacrifice to hairy goat demons." I think it was talking about these Amalekites, these feral giants, whom I take the opinion that is what we would call today a Bigfoot if we seen it. And we have their spirits roaming around today, and they're taking a familiar form.
Very interesting. I love hearing about having discussions on that. I think it's all very pertinent to the conversation, for sure. And I wanted to mention this comment right here because we were asked about the telepathic communication, and Joseph says, "Thank you, Joseph." Says, "I know Les Stroud. That's a Survivor Man, right? Survivor Man.
Yes.
Says he had telepathic communication with a Bigfoot. It was on his director's cut in the Smoky Mountains." And that's where we were too. So that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's super duper interesting. Also, what's up, Greg Smith? Greg Smith with Backwoods Cryptids is in the chat tonight, up at near Chickamauga, near Tennessee, actually. And good to see you here. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, it's I don't know. What does anybody else have any other really interesting things that might have happened while we were out there?
I want to add on to what Paul and Doc were just talking about, which could possibly play extra factors and stuff. First off, I'd like to say, Drew, thank you for kind of appointing me as head of like spiritual protection for the trip. One of the first things that I did when we got there, Drew gave me some anointing oil, and I went around and blessed the perimeter, went around putting crosses of anointing oil on all the surrounding of our camp and stuff. And the whole trip, whether out loud or in my head, I was pretty much praying the whole time. So we know these mountains are ancient and there's a lot of spiritual history and stuff like that. So I almost wonder if that, besides being from out of the area and new, but I also hold a higher position in the spiritual things. I hold leadership in churches and very evangelistic person. So I'm telling a lot of people about the Lord. It's just what I love to do and I'm called to do.
Hey.
But I feel like that's part of the reason I was getting like all these, if it's the infrasound or if it's even just like spirits and stuff in the area were getting to me just because I was pushing on their territory. And I know if there's stuff out there, I was pissing it off with what I was doing because it was not allowed to enter our camp whatsoever. And when we heard that whistle, I swear from where I was sitting, I heard it. It sounded like it was right by our hammocks.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the furthest point that I put oil. So it sounded like it was on the perimeter of that.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured, we'd actually, because to me, in like my EDC, which is everyday carry, if you guys don't know, I always carry essential items: wallet, cell phone, pistol, magazines for my pistol, tourniquet, a pocket Bible, and anointing oil. So we're not just fighting things physically, we're fighting things in the spiritual realm too. So I figured, hey, you know what, buddy? You go ahead and you take care of the spiritual part. I'll take care of the physical part, setting that perimeter alarm. So you did good, brother. You did good.
Thank you. You did too as well, man. All thanks.
I did
feel safe.
I didn't even know you did that, man. I appreciate you doing that too.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a spiritual aspect to all of this, and so we do have to go in with all the different types of protection, and that includes spiritual protection, big time, and the physical as well. And I think we covered that pretty well with the whole team that we got out there. Everybody plays their part and has a role to play in the protection of the team.
I know I haven't been on. I just got on late. Did you guys go over the cam light that was moving?
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, we
Okay.
did. Do you want to talk about it some more? Because what is your aspect? Like what did you encounter? what was your view of it?
I encountered beef jerky and what you have? Skittles? There we go.
That what they were
Skittles.
snacking on?
That's so good.
Y'all are so
right.
funny.
Hey, don't
But
forget
anyways,
about it. Don't
Yeah,
forget
me
about
and
the
Kevin was
Doritos
just
at the
munching
camp.
away, and then all of a sudden Drew was like, "Hey, Drew, you want some?" He's like, "I'm good. I got to dip in." And then he waited a few minutes. He's like, "Hey, you got any more of those Skittles?"
They were
And
gone.
Kevin's like, "Nope, you waited too long, bro."
No, that's when I was like, you got to take your opportunities, Andrew. Come on.
Yeah.
No, other than that, no. The thing, what happened, I'm sure you guys went over it, but when Juan and Paul took off, I guess did Brian ever come on?
No, Brian did
no,
not
so-
show. He didn't show up tonight.
What a fruitcake. Anyways,
What's up, Brian?
anyways, yeah. So him and Harley were over at one end, and then me, Doc, and Kevin were at this other side, and we're just keeping basically just like a line of sight on the cage and where the perimeter alarm was at, and the freaking chem light, and we're just chilling out, lights out, just listening. So we start hearing branches break and stuff, and then I had to ask Kevin and Doc. I was like, dude, are my eyes playing tricks on me? I see that damn freaking glow stick moving, man. Like, and then Kevin looks up and he's like, I don't know. Crap, I think it is moving. I don't know. And I'm like, I'm going blind, dude. And then what freaking confirmed it with me was Brian got on the radio and he's like, that effing cam light's moving. And that's when I was like, F it, let's go. And we just pushed forward. And then I heard Doc say, wait, hold up, wait.
I'm not ready. I was trying to get the lens cover off so I can film.
Yeah, but other than that, it was good.
It is kind of difficult sometimes to like get footage of when something's going down, because it's kind of jarring and shocking too, when like things really start
It
going
happens
off
so fast. You know,
It
a lot of
does.
times if you're not happen to be at the ready and rolling, it's like you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
It'd be a good
one of the
idea.
reasons why. That's one of the reasons why I was actually standing instead of sitting, because I just had that feeling like, dude, something pops off, it's gonna pop off quick. So
Yeah, it's actually a good idea. Maybe the next time we set up, cameras all around, in little areas, just kind of from up high and going, pointed down to where we're going to be.
So
And stuff.
I tried to bring some trail cams that had wireless network in them, but unfortunately it didn't work out for us. But that was one of my plans, was to set it up and I get a notification when it goes off.
Nice. Well, but also another thing about that is that when we do take too much equipment out there, the Bigfoots may not show up. So there's that too.
I mean, I agree with that. I think there's a certain stillness that's required if you want to have an experience or a sighting. You got to actually be still. I mean, going back to the Bible again, it says be still. And I think that's how you can kind of focus on more of new experiences, whether it's spiritual or cryptid. I think that's when you can slow yourself down to focus and appreciate those subtle differences instead of being like with all the noise.
And one crazy thing, I was talking to a guy just this week, Brad Lale from the Awaken podcast, and he was talking to me about plasma and plasma portals. And he was talking about, supernatural experiences and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, there's always common themes, he said, with paranormal things. He said, and one of them, he said, is water. He said, there's always waterways or a source of water close by. That's why you have all these megalithic sites set up near waterways and stuff. And I swear I was like, holy shit, dude. Because I told him about our little trip, And I was like, man, I said, all that crazy shit that I told you about, I said, on that trip we went to, I said, well, we had our little bait set up. And he before I even got it out of my mouth, he's like, you're next to a river or a creek, weren't you? I said, dude, we were literally 5 feet away from a creek.
A what?
Yeah.
A creek.
A creek.
Waterway.
A creek.
A creek.
Water acts basically kind of like a lubricant that goes from one dimension to another. It does. That's what I was told.
Oh, yeah.
It does. It acts like a freaking waterway, a lubricant. It goes from in to out. You know what I'm saying?
I walked through
an electrical conductor.
All right.
Yeah,
I walked through a portal one time.
I will
near
never
a creek.
I will never look at creeks the same.
Oh my gosh. Wait, who just said they walked through a portal one time?
Kevin,
did you really?
Yeah, when I was 10 years old.
Let's
Tell
hear
me about it.
You want to hear about it?
Yes, please. What happened?
So my sister and I used to pretend that we hunted monsters in the woods with sticks as guns.
Some things never change.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. So my mom allowed us to go outside. We had to go somewhere. I can't remember where, but we were only allowed to outside for a little bit. And we went outside. There was a light dusting of snow. So we found, I'm pretty sure they were like squirrel or rabbit tracks. And so I was like, look at this, the fucking aliens out here. Oh, obviously I didn't swear, I was 10 years old, but I was like, there's aliens out here, let's go. And we're out in the woods and I'm coming up onto this creek I played in all the time. And as I'm walking towards the creek, all of a sudden, like everything turns like a blue tint in my eyes, and it like 10, 15 feet in front of me on the other side of the creek was this little village of mushroom people.
That's right.
Really?
And then they're all in this little village stoking this really big fire in their village. To me, it was a small fire, but to them it was very big. They're only like 3 inches tall. They didn't look like people. They were just moving around like people. They had no faces, nothing like that. They had little mushroom huts and stuff like that. And I get this little like bump on the back of my head. And at the time I wore glasses. So I was prescribed glasses when I was 8 years old. So this is 2 years later. My glasses fall off my face and I feel this thing on my shoulder, and I kind of just turn to it, and it's a little mushroom. Telepathically, the thing says, "You don't need those." And I was like, "My glasses?" And it goes, "Yes." And right then, and I'm staring at it at my shoulder, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared, and my sister's standing there. My sister's like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, I lost my glasses. And so she comes over to try and help me find my glasses, and she ends up stepping on them and breaking them. We ran to my mom. My mom's like, "Look, I'm not gonna get you a new pair right now. You got an appointment coming up. And if your prescription changes, then I'm going to have to buy you another pair right after I just buy this pair." So we went to the doctors, and I have 20/20 vision, and I didn't need glasses.
What? Did they fix your vision, you think?
I don't know if they fixed it or what, but I haven't needed glasses ever since.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That is amazing.
It's crazy.
That is an amazing story.
Yay to the Mushroom Clan.
The Mushroom Clan.
I'm talking about.
I mean, I've heard of stuff like that. You know, Drew, do you remember I was taking all those pictures? I don't know, Dawn, you might remember this. I was taking pictures of all these mushrooms out there.
Yeah, you took a picture of the one that was in the tree.
In the tree. I have I literally have like 20 pictures of mushrooms. I was so obsessed with those mushrooms out there. And Drew, I took a picture of you and Riley. Remember Riley? And it was I was taking a picture of mushrooms, and you guys are in the background. I was getting all artistic with it. Yeah, I didn't upload those for tonight, but yeah, I might show some of those pictures after the show on my social media tonight. The mushrooms are amazing, but that's amazing. We talk about the Fae a lot too here on the channel, and the Fae and the mushrooms and gnomes and stuff like that. And it sounds like that's what you encountered, just like you went into the realm of the fairies or the Fae.
Yeah, and it was only like a minute long.
Sure, it's a long minute.
You know, at the most.
Probably maybe like in human terms it was a minute, but you were like time is irrelevant. Okay, like time is but an illusion, and that's the truth. It really is, especially when you're doing the stuff that we're doing out here in the woods and experiencing the things, all the things.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, edible mushrooms are phenomenal for our brain cells. They help us regenerate brain cells by eating them. So the fact that they can heal something like your eyes are connected to your brain. So the fact that they could heal something that has to do with that aspect, you know, I don't know. And I have to emphasize this. I don't know if that was a dream or not, but it felt real. Like like going out into the woods with my sister, and then my glasses being broken and shit. Like that's all real. And going to the doctors and him telling us that I don't need glasses anymore. That's all real. But the mushroom people, sometimes I don't know if that is an actual something that happened. So I want to make sure that, you know, people don't think that I actually think that this occurred, but it could have. It's in my brain.
Well, and you know, we hear stories similar to that, where people they have missing time and they don't know how, but their body has healed in some way, just like you. And sometimes that's attributed to extraterrestrials doing that and taking people and correcting their broken bones or their bad back or whatever's going on with their body, or disease or cancer or something.
Yeah, for real.
Way to come in there, Doc.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, sorry.
That water lubricant.
the water lube. Oh my
Dude,
God.
Doc, I have to give you a lot of freaking props, dude. This book, you wrote this book very well. It's phenomenal. I couldn't put it down.
Man. Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, you already finished it?
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Well, guys, I hate to do it. I'm gonna have to head out, guys. I appreciate you having me on. Y'all be safe.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for being here. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up too. We're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon, and we're hitting the 2-hour mark too. Here, let me take him out of here. I'm gonna kick him out of the screen just like I kicked y'all out, Juan and Dawn. I'm just kidding. Well, this has been a wonderful conversation tonight, and I am so just blessed and super happy that you guys were able to come and join me tonight and talk about Operation Smoke. Okay, Operation Smoke in the Smoky Mountains, undisclosed location. I'm sorry that Harley couldn't get back on here. I know he was probably frustrated driving home. He got stuck in traffic tonight, but this has been great, and I can't wait for the next trip. Drew, when's our next trip?
Oh, let me think. I'm gonna try to get the bachelor party out of the way, but
yeah. Well, don't say it on air. We got to keep it undisclosed.
I was thinking in the fall sometime. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I get maybe the Wendigos next.
That's a big one.
No.
That's gonna have to be a big operation. If that's the case, I'm literally gonna try to get my brother to fly us out there.
Yeah. You have to do it in winter.
Yeah, when it's cold out. I guess they're not out when it's not cold, right?
That's debatable.
Is it?
Yeah, I got a buddy that's seen one in the summertime, but it was some caves underneath Detroit.
Ooh, caves are always
Detroit. Where's old Juice at?
Where's Juice at?
Caves are my next option.
Uh-oh. Well, I was at the cave up at Farrah's, and that was really creepy. Super creepy.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was nice because it was so hot. And going down in that cave, it was like 60, 50 degrees, something like that. It was natural AC down there. Naturally creepy too. Gosh. Yeah, I don't guess we ever did really figure out exactly what was taking her chickens, did we?
No, we did not.
It could have been anything. Let's just put it that way. It could have been anything. I think it was a lot of stuff.
Could have been her husband. I'm just joking. Yeah, I'm gonna keep letting her think. No,
I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, but this is great. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. And I want to go around to everybody who's here tonight and tell her. I want you to tell the audience and we'll start with Riley. We'll go down Riley, Doc. We'll go to Juan, Drew, and then we'll end with Kevin tonight. Tell us where people can find you, what your podcast is, and any kind of books you got, or whatever you want to promote tonight.
All right. Well, I'm Riley from the Midwest Mythos podcast. You can find me anywhere you can listen to a podcast. You can find me at YouTube, just Midwest Mythos podcast there. I have a link tree, linktr.ee/Midwest Mythos podcast, and there you can find everything you need. You can get a hold of me there if you want to come on my show and talk, or if you just want to say hey or ask me some questions. You can find me there.
Awesome. And tell me your overall summer, like what do you feel about the trip? Would you go back?
If you would have asked me that Saturday night, I would have had to tell you to wait a little bit. Let me get you an answer. But, after about a week now, I'm hooked and I'm ready to go again, but I'm coming better prepared.
Heck yeah. Well, now you got your feet wet. Now you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta armor up, man. Put on that armor of God, and you're gonna be just fine. We got your 6. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Riley. And Doc, what's up? Tell us about your podcast and your book and everything you got going on.
Yeah, the podcast is a Prometheus Lens podcast. You can find me anywhere podcasts can be consumed. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all those fine establishments. Same thing with the social media. I'm usually putting out 2 or 3 reels a day. Everything from cryptids to conspiracy theory to ancient lost civilizations to fallen angel technology, all that cool stuff that we like to look at, but filtered through a biblical lens. And the book is on Amazon, the Epic of Esau, Birthright and Seed War. You can get a digital copy for $10 or a physical copy for $20. And on my website, I actually have a large stock of these that I just bought. If you want a signed copy, you can hit me up on PayPal or Venmo or whatever money exchanging app that you use, and you can get a signed copy. And I have bookmarks and stickers and other little goodies that I give out with the signed copies. But the website is PrometheusLensPodcast.com.
Amazing. Thank you so much. What do you think about the trip? Would you go back?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You live right down the road, so you're already planning to go back, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm jealous, man. Yeah. If I lived closer, I'd go there probably every weekend. I would. I'd go throughout the week. I would never spend the night there by myself, though. I don't think. And
I've been debating it, honestly. I'm like,
have you?
Just go
by yourself?
Yeah.
You better be careful, man. Be careful. Just don't put your hammock where Harley had his. Okay.
Yeah.
Just put it across the road or something. Okay. Just be real careful. with that. And keep your keys close by in your car right there so you can get out of there if you have to. Park backwards. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. That's my advice.
Keys in the ignition.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, everybody please go to Prometheus Lens podcast and purchase Doc's book as well. Juan and Dawn, I know you guys don't have podcasts and stuff, but what's up? What do you guys think about the trip overall? You guys had a good time?
Oh yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah.
Experienced a lot that day, those 2 days, and definitely up for some more.
Me too. What about you, Dawn? You said that you're all gung ho. You're ready to go back, right?
I am. Not many people know, but I do kind of have a little bit of a spiritual connection. I had something that changed my life forever when I was younger. I had 3rd-degree burns, and they technically lost my heartbeat for like 2 minutes. In that time, I lost just a little bit of time. But yeah, so that right there kind of stuck me into something like this, and I plan on doing it more often.
Well, good. Well, I hope we get to hang out again soon. I do. And
Sure.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was really cool getting to hang out with y'all over there, and we had some cool experiences together out there. And yeah, so keep an eye on that handprint too. I'm so curious about how that handprint got on y'all's truck.
Well, I looked at it earlier today. It's partially there. Of course, with all the rain that we had today, it kind of washed most of it off. But there's still like maybe a little, the thumb and the index finger left on it.
Oh my gosh. Well, cool. Well, okay. Well, I'm so glad I got to hang out with y'all. So glad. And
likewise.
Thank you. All right, Drewski, tell everybody about Cryptid Warfare and CW operations and survival, please.
Well, I just now, I got to get all you guys shirts now. So you guys are all part of the team. So that's good. I got to get Kevin, Miss Don Juan, Riley, and Doc, and Jessica. You already got one. So yeah, I got to get you guys some shirts. So yeah, you guys are part of the team now. So whenever we do hunts, I'm going to give you guys shouts months in advance. That way, you guys can prep for it. But anyways, I'm proud of you guys. I'm glad you guys made it out, and I'm glad you guys had a good time. So. Okay, so if you guys want to listen to my podcast, look me up on where all podcasts are available. YouTube channel, just type in Cryptid Warfare, and if you want to find me on Instagram, that's where I'm the majority of at. Look up Cryptid Warfare, and if you guys got any encounters or anything like that, or you guys need any prayer requests or anything, go ahead and shoot me an email. It's cryptidwarfare@gmail.com, cryptidwarfare@gmail.com, and if you guys are having any problems, you guys need any advice or how do I put it? You guys need any critter hitters, just hit me up at Gmail. It's c.woperations@gmail.com, c.woperations@gmail.com. And we'll try to walk you guys through whatever problems you guys are having and help you out as much as we can. So other than that, I just got a couple emails today that I need to go chat with some people. I need to go look at some land that's about 15 miles away from my house. So it looks like they're having some Bigfoot problems. I don't know, but I'm gonna go check it out, recon it, and go from there. So we'll see how it goes. Keep you guys posted on that.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys, please don't hesitate to reach out if you guys have like cryptid stuff going on your properties and you'd like a cool team of cool folks to come out there and investigate, especially if it's down here in the South between Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, whatever. We're mostly down here in the South, the majority of the team. So thank you, Drew. That's awesome. And what's your overall feel for the whole mission that we went on with the operation? Do you think it was a success?
I think it was a success. It was a good
big
success.
Time.
So, as long as everybody here had an experience, it wasn't a waste. And everybody came out differently. And to me, as long as people have grown from the experience and they know how far they can push themselves, that's all that matters to me. We're good to go.
Absolutely. And I was actually kind of expecting to have more of a Dogman experience out there for some reason, and it was all Bigfoot. I think all Bigfoot. That's kind of been the case though, hasn't it? Like the Alabama thing, we went looking for Dogman and we ended up with some Bigfoot prints and stuff the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes, man.
That's the way the
it goes.
cookie crumbles, I guess. I don't know.
Still waiting for that Dogman to come out and let it be seen. But anyways, we'll get those. We'll get the Dogman one day. We'll get him. Can't say we're not trying, right? And so thank you for being here too. And Kevin, let's see. Tell everybody about your podcast, where the weird ones are, and what your books.
So my podcast, Where the Weird Ones Are, it's a conversational based podcast about where I talk to people about their, paranormal cryptid experiences. We get into mental health because mental health is a big thing when it comes to having these experiences. Talk about conspiracies and all the fringe topics. And the podcast has been one of the best things that has happened to me because I get to meet people like all of you and getting to go out on this trip. I don't think even if we didn't experience anything, I think the fellowship of everybody together would prove to not be a waste anyways. But yeah, so the podcast is on all the podcast platforms. I'm on YouTube. And if you are interested in hot sauce and coffee and supplements and whatnot, you can hit up my website, where the weird ones are podcast.com. And my book, The Adventures of Rizzo and Weird Son, Monster Hunters, is on Amazon. You can find that there. I'm currently working on book 2, and Drew is a character in book 2.
Oh, so sweet.
I do. I use
You're
a couple people in that I've made friends with as characters in the series. So
that's amazing. I'm trying to pull up a picture of your logo for your podcast because I forgot to pull yours up.
Might I say, Kevin, that AI looks pretty damn close, bro.
So, do you have pictures in your book?
Yeah, I've got ChatGPT generating pictures for the book, and
what was that?
Fumble.
Yeah. So in the story,
Yeah,
Drew is a mechanic,
Ben,
so he has his last name on his shirt.
I saw that.
Is there somebody over there? Okay. Sorry, y'all.
It's
Bigfoot. Better bust out that pistol, Jess.
Well, is there somebody down there? That's weird, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, that's really weird. It sounded like somebody just kicked my door in. That was so weird. What's up, Ben?
Hey, Jess, do you want to close out with that clip before we go?
I do. I'm sorry, y'all. That was weird. Yeah, my dog didn't react, though. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, which clip do we want to close out on tonight?
The teaser?
That teaser. For
the teaser, yes. Let's show the teaser one more time. That was really cool. Hold on, let me find it.
Lubricator. Yes, the teaser.
Okay. Yes, let's close out with a teaser. You guys, I want to thank y'all so much for being here tonight. I have really enjoyed this, and I really had a wonderful time with you guys out in the field as well last weekend, and I can't wait to do it again. And man, and Harley, I'm sorry we couldn't get Harley here with us tonight for the full show or whatever, but we'll bring Harley back on soon. And yeah, and Brian, we miss Brian, we miss Juice as well. Juice wasn't here tonight. And who else? We miss anybody else? I can't remember. But anyways, thank y'all so much for being here. We all were in here for the long haul tonight. This has been a good show. And so y'all please go support all these guys on their podcast and purchase their books, and we'll be back. Hey, we'll come back and do another debrief after the next mission. How about that, y'all? Okay. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Did you send me the link?
Yeah, it's in the present thing.
Present thing. Okay, I see the one with Kevin on it. Is that the one? This one right here? Let's see. We're going to finish out the show like this.
This is ancient. This ain't new by any means. What's here has been here longer than any of us ever have.
Did y'all hear that?
Dude, my whole paradigm has been shifted in the last couple hours.
We are hearing some noises.
Nope. That ain't a fucking deer, boys.
That was too short to be a
That wasn't
deer.
No. Not at all.
Y'all Southerners, y'all do it different. You guys are living a whole different world.
Scared me to death, I'll tell you that right now.
I saw my first one.
Holy shit. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, something's blocking the fucking light. Holy shit. There's two. There's two. There's two.
All right, film coming soon, y'all. Documentary coming soon. Thank everybody so much for being here tonight. Thank you for the super stickers. Thank you for all the support. Thank you to all my mods who were here tonight. You guys, please stay safe out there. We're out here. We're showing you all the scary stuff that happens in the woods, but you see how much fun we have too. And no fear, y'all. Do not live in fear, and continue exploring, and keep your head on a swivel, everybody. I'm sending all my love to everybody tonight, and come back and see me on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern on my show. I will see you all then. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye everybody.
Bye, Justin.